Well, hello and welcome, my friends, to episode 10 of Ladies and Gentledice. Say hello, players.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We are finally in the double digits after a very long, well, not a very long, but after, a bit of a hiatus because we all have lives and don't make money from this. So we gotta do other shit sometimes. Anyway, hey Rox, you got stuff to say, right?
Oh man, yeah, totally. I definitely do. All right. Hi, welcome to, I don't have my notes up, so we're just going to do this
Just freehand it,
extemporaneously. Yeah. Welcome to Ladies and Gentledice. If you are just joining us and you haven't seen any of our previous episodes, we put them all up on YouTube, so they are available there at our Ladies and Gentledice channel, and you can catch up with 1 through 9. We also, new episodes air on Twitch on every other Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah. And we also then rerun episodes on Twitch as well if you want to check out the reruns on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time. After each new episode on Sundays, we put them up on YouTube the next morning, Monday morning, so you can catch up there. And please check us out on social media. We are at Gentledice on Twitter, and we also have a Discord, which is real shiny, and you should totally come join us there. You can find that at our Linktree link, which I believe is linktree.ee/Ladies and Gentledice. And I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Back to you, Dan.
I will have posted the link to the Linktree, or we have a bot. You'll have the link. We'll put it there. Somehow, some way. Nothing can stop us. So, let us get started. Previously on Ladies and Gentledice, we found our party entering a defunct temple, a temple of Atha, sent by the assassin only known as Captain, the masked elven woman that calls herself Captain. And this defunct temple is also a place that Z had been sent in a dream by who seems to be Atha herself. We assume is Atha herself. And once entered, the party found a diary of Azar Cow, one of the founders, one of the first leaders of the Assassin's Guild, who is believed to have ascended after his faithful service to Atha for years and years and years. But as they found out through his diary entries, that might not have been the case. After a particularly treacherous puzzle, they go into the main room of the temple and meet Azar Cow himself in battle. And while everyone was able to survive in his death throes of death or whatever, something like that, he lets out one last scream just as Zeneral gets her hands around the sheath of Atha. She is hit with psychic energy and passes out. And that is where we begin.
So you are floating in kind of this vast blackness. You remember what happened, that kind of death knell that just kind of threw you into unconsciousness. And after that, you're just floating. And as you kind of float in this void, you know, a lot of thoughts just kind of flit back and forth in your mind, just of a lot of different things that led you to this moment you're in now. Like all the things that have happened in your life that have got you here to Atha's temple with, you know, this dagger, or no, the sheath, the sheath in your hand. And as you think about those kind of specific stepping stones in your life, you know, a picture starts to build itself around you. First, these uneven cobblestones under your feet, then these tall, skinny buildings to your sides, then crowds of people, like sounds of bustling people begin to surround you, and then, you know, a dreary sky above, and smells, and all these things that take you to a place that you were a very long time ago, a place you used to be with your twin. And as you think about these things, eventually you find yourself on your feet in front of this tall building. And you know logically that this building is too tall or the proportions of this building are too tall for you know, your adult body. But as you look around, you notice you're a little shorter, your hands are a little smaller, and you know, it finally comes to you where you are. This is the monastery that took both you and Gnarl in. The monastery where Gnarl would train to become, you know, the great monk that they become. But you didn't have much interest or aptitude for monk skills. So for the first time in your life, you found yourself with a lot of time without Gnarl, you know, because you know, not being a monk, you weren't really invited to class. And so you found yourself with large chunks of time to yourself for the very first time. And that, combined with the distrust of authority that Zenerol is known for, what does Zenerol do with her time without her twin?
Well, there's definitely a lot of watching of people. As you can tell from older Zenerol, due to history with her tribe, there was a lot of distrust. They didn't like Gnarl and I all that much. So there was a lot of watching and waiting and preparation. Z is always ready to run at the last minute if necessary. And also making sure that Gnarl and herself are always fed and taken care of. So while Gnarl is off learning how to be a badass, Z is looking for exit routes, paths, places to hide, also out scouting for food, and to be honest, stealing food from the marketplace.
Okay.
She always wanted to make sure that they were taken care of.
Right.
That was Z's number one goal, to make sure that they both were safe at all times.
All right. So I assume you go to the marketplace. This is
Most likely. She most likely was going through the marketplace and watching people stealing bits and pieces where she could, fruit stands. It's a little harder to steal meat. So it was more likely stealing fruit and bread and vegetables, cheese if she could get it, but cheese was kind of hard to grab too. It's a little more expensive. They tend to watch those carts a little more. So she was most likely stealing bread, fruit.
okay. So you run from the monastery to the marketplace, and like usual, it's lines of stalls, and it is bustling with people. Why don't you give me a perception check for, looking for the best things, the easiest things for you to be able to swipe?
Do you want me to add anything to this roll?
You are not yet a rogue.
I know that's why I'm asking.
So,
I did roll a 16.
Okay, so we're gonna do because you are not yet who you are going to become. We are
Exactly.
going to be doing some flat rolls today.
Okay.
Just kind of
yeah.
up the
Yeah.
stress a little bit.
Hey, I love it. Let's go.
Okay, so a 16, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of weave your way in and out from between people. And even though, an orc is a relative, or a half orc is a relatively rare sight in the city, you're still smaller, and there are unsupervised children running around all the time.
I'm also bright orange.
Also bright orange, but at the same time, you're
and dirty.
Yes, the thing is, you're dirty. You are a child, and you are unkempt, and people don't typically like looking in the eye the poverty stricken, because then they have to confront then they have to confront the fact that they're not helping the poverty stricken. It makes people very uncomfortable, and so you are able to weave in and out of the crowd easily. And eventually you come to a stall with a man that is cutting hunks of bread, and he seems distracted because he is also talking to one of his patrons. And as your hand inches towards this hunk of bread that is kind of off to his side, a flash of robes catch the corner of your eye, and they're familiar. You look over, and you see two of the higher ranking monks from the monastery. And one is a bald human, the other is a long-haired male elf. You recognize the bald human. He is one of the higher record keepers of the monastery, Mr. Zarkin Vistal. they seem to be having a conversation.
I want to listen.
Okay, I'll let you keep your 16 perception.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah, as you're like listening in.
Thank you, almighty DM.
So you kind of lean in as they're speaking together, and you hear Vistal kind of talking. He sounds not necessarily agitated, but concerned is the tone in his voice. And to the elf who you haven't really met yet, he says, I worry about the book. We've had it for much too long, and I believe that the guild has caught wind that I am the one holding it. I worry about the children that we taken to the monastery. These unsavory, or some may be unsavory types, and they may be plants from the guild, come to take it. And the elf goes, they're just children. That's not necessarily something we need to worry about. And Vistal says children are exactly who we wouldn't expect. So we need to nip this in the bud before it's taken to us, or it's taken from us. This is important knowledge, and I will not have it taken away from me. So you need to come up with a strategy to suss out who's after it and have them taken care of. And with that, Vistal kind of leaves in a flutter of monk's robes, leaving this elf man by himself.
I think I would like to follow Vestal, just because I think he's talking about us.
Okay.
About me and Gnarl. I'm the words that he's used, unsavory and kids that we're taking in. I think he's talking about us, and I want to follow him and see what book he might be talking about.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Give me a stealth check.
Oh, another D20 roll.
Mm-hmm.
Not great.
Okay.
Not great at all. A 10.
A 10? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you had been listening to that conversation, your hand, you were completely distracted by this, would you say? Your hand was poised over that piece of bread. And as you try to move away from it, you find your wrist grabbed.
Uh-oh.
And looking up, you see the baker.
Oh, fuck.
That you've been planning to steal from. And he looks down at you and says, "Hello there, little thief." How do you react?
It's gonna be so dumb. I'm gonna say, I thought it was falling and I wanted to put it back on your counter.
Give me a deception check.
Fuck me. I don't want to steal from you. And the fact that he's got my wrist.
Yeah.
Probably stronger than I am. Come on. Hey, I got a 16.
A 16? Okay.
I did.
Okay, you're...
I like this dice. It's got a little skull in it and some moss. Yeah, I'm a fan.
Okay, so you summon a, you look at him and you give him the sweetest smile you possibly can, and you say, "Sir, I am so sorry. I know what it looks like, but actually this bread was gonna fall on the ground, and I was just trying to make sure it didn't do that, so you wouldn't,
lose out on profits. I'm just trying to help. I'm really sorry if it looked the way it did. But here you go. Nothing. I'm so sorry."
So you hand him the bread that you were about to take, and
Yeah.
slowly he takes his hand away. He glares at you, and you can tell he's very watchful, and he says, "I appreciate your altruism, little orc. I would suggest you get out of my sight."
Good day to you, sir.
Yeah, and you kind of scurry off.
Trying to find the direction that Mr. Where'd he go? I wrote his name down. Zarkin Vestal.
Thing is, after that conversation, he was kind of lost in the crowds.
Okay.
So, you could go back to the monastery if you want. Is there anything else you want to do, though? Is there anything else you were here to get food, but do you feel like you want to figure this out right now?
Yeah, I think I need to figure out. I need to figure this out. I might try and swipe an apple from a cart as I walk by. Real quick though, or two, I guess. I don't know. No, just one. I just pushed my luck with the bread thing and it didn't work.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand.
Come on, dice. You've been working for me real nice tonight. Well, except for the fucking stealth roll. Fucking stealth roll. Hey! It's a 17.
Oh, okay, good. So
yeah.
You.
Oh, I'd show you, but it's dark in here.
So you approach, and you do manage to take one apple, but as you grab this apple, you find yourself there's a lot of people around, and you are jostled, and immediately it literally flies out of your hand, and you're just like, can I not catch a break today?
Can't catch anything today, apparently.
However, even as you're watching this apple fly out of your hand down to the ground and immediately get kicked by a moving crowd, a flash of red cuts across your vision, and you find an unfamiliar face in front of you. It's an elven face, but young, and she has these. Let me look at my notes. She has this very pale look, and straight cut, vibrant red hair, and she has this smile playing on her lips that looks, playful and confident. And the next thing you know, a bundle of different fruits and slices of bread are just shoved into your is just kind of shoved into your chest. and with a smile and a wink, she puts the hood of her cloak up and walks away.
I'm gonna continue to the monastery with my newfound bundle of food.
Zenral's like, not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth.
Kind of like probably just like look at her as she like walks off, and then head back to the monastery with my food.
Okay. So you head off back to the monastery with this bundle of food, feeling kind of giddy, but also very anxious.
Yes. Like, that was great, but my twin is still in danger of getting kicked out of this stupid monastery due to potentially preconceived thing, I guess we'll go with prejudices because we're young, dirty half-orcs because of past history, I expect the worst out of everybody. I expect everybody to kick us down and kick us out. It could be, it's too good to be true. So Zenral's on the edge of her seat, and not in a good way.
Right. So you enter in the monastery. It looks like right around now, like, people are still in classes. So you have most of the monastery to yourself. And you deposit. Where do you put the food? Where do you?
So the monastery has like a bunkered where they like keep all the dirty kids, all the kids.
Yeah.
And they were kind enough to let me sleep kind of with them, although I'm like in a corner but close to Gnarl, so I'll deposit my stuff in there. I have like a basic layout of the monastery because they don't let me into classes, but they don't like bar me out either. I can kind of wander a little bit as long as I'm not interrupting Gnarl or any of the other classes. So I kind of have a little basic knowledge of the layout. But yeah, I'm gonna hide my stash probably in the bush outside of the bunker.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm like, I've been hiding things. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty big bush. And I think I've stacked some rocks in the area that I'm gonna.
Okay.
It's like a window, like underneath a window.
Okay, that's good. As you're doing that, you straighten up to look in. You straighten up from doing your thing, and you through the window you can kind of see through to the bunker, or the barracks, where these kids are.
That's a better word. Why did I say bunker?
Bunker beds.
Beds. They're beds.
Bunk beds. You see the elf man from the elf monk from earlier, and he is also straightening up from what seems to be right next to yours and Gnarl's bunk.
I really don't like that.
He didn't seem to see you, and he leaves.
I'm gonna follow him now.
Okay.
He was part of that conversation. If I can't find the other guy, I'm gonna follow this elf guy.
Okay. So you kind of run around as fast as you can to try and follow him, and you are able to. He kind of he walks with purpose through the school, eventually stopping at eventually stopping at a door. Brandishing a key from his robes, he unlocks the door, opens it, and you can see, you can only see a flash of this, like, study kind of place, but there is a bookcase that is just filled with books. Like, the back wall of this study is probably like 40 feet long, and just ceiling to floor books. But you're only able to catch a glimpse of it before the door closes and you hear the latch click.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, and I'm sorry, you were also able to see a glimpse of Vistal sitting in the study as well, with
good.
Behind the desk. I'm sorry.
Okay. I think I'm going to find like an alcove where I can kind of see the door.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hide in it and wait.
Okay.
I'm assuming this book that they were talking about, and because they did say that it was the guild. So that could, I don't know what guild they're talking about, but can't be good, right?
Right.
And there's a lot of books in there. So I'm going to assume that's where the book is that I need to get out and blame someone else for stealing it.
Okay.
I'm going to have to, that's what's going through my head right now. And I need them to leave so I can figure out what book it is.
Right. Okay. So, can you actually give me a stealth check?
Oh.
Because you're
All right,
in an
dice.
alcove and watching.
I know. Okay, dice. You've been doing real well for me. Not great. 12.
A 12? Okay, that's good enough though. Because you live in this monastery, so like people seeing you around, like people aren't concerned by your presence. You've been living there for a minute, so a 12 is enough. You stay there kind of like in your kind of anxious cycle of thoughts for about an hour before you hear the dinner bell start ringing. And as that happens, the halls start filling with kids, chaperones, monks, other staff, and you almost miss it, but Vistal and the elf both come out around maybe a couple minutes later, lock the door behind them, and join the rest of the monastery for dinner. What do you do?
I am going to make sure the coast is clear first. And I'm going to go up to the door.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to unlock it.
Okay. Give me one more sleight of hand check.
Come on, dice. You've been doing pretty good for me, right? Hey, it's a 17.
17? Okay.
Yeah.
So, you don't necessarily have thieves' tools. However, Gnarl has long hair.
I've got long hair.
Yeah. Or, I'm sorry, Z has long hair. You guys
It's
both
okay.
have long hair, I think. And as kind of a mischievous kid that, not necessarily mischievous, but as a kid that, likes to take things that aren't there, you have learned by now that it's probably a good idea to keep a bobby pin on hand.
Yeah.
So you take a little pin from your hair, and looking around cautiously, you pop that pin into the lock, And after a moment of fiddling, as your the anxiety builds up in you, the longer it takes, you hear the click, and
Yes.
the door
Yes.
opens for you. I assume you enter the room.
Oh yeah, and I close the door behind me.
Close the door behind you. Good.
Yeah.
And so there's a study. You are in the study. There's on to the left and right of you are like these windows that bring in a lot of light that is now dimming because it's dinner. And just this fucking huge a bookcase in front of you. Howard, the book might be here. You assume the book is in here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how are you gonna go about trying to find it?
I think I'm gonna take a glance at the bookshelf first and see if there's any like empty spaces maybe, or like maybe dust or something that is shifted a little bit. And if I don't find anything there, I'm going to the desk.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Just a D20 roll. Oh!
A 1?
Yeah.
A 1.
My dice failed me today. No, it didn't. It's done. You've done beautifully, dice. Please don't hate me. I love you.
Okay.
Just
so
I've got to have some bad rolls in there, right?
Yeah,
Statistically probable. And I
eventually,
yeah.
So
Didn't find anything on the bookshelf, right?
yeah. So this bookshelf in front of you, and the panic starts to kind of set in for you.
Yep.
Because like there's so many books and there's so much time, and you don't know how soon these monks are gonna come back.
I don't even know what guild they're talking about. I just know it's a guild.
You don't know what guild they're talking about. You just know it's a guild. By like what's sure in your heart is like you know how people are. You know that if you don't figure this out, it's Gnarl that's probably going to be targeted because Gnarl is the outlier here, this monastery.
Yep. Can I move to the desk?
Yeah, you can.
I wanna search the desk because you said that the guild caught wind that I'm holding it. So maybe it's hidden in the desk instead of on the bookshelf would be my thought process.
Okay.
Makes sense, right? Yeah.
Since you rolled a 1, I'm gonna say you probably sat there frozen in anxiety, like frozen in fear and anxiety as you start having these circular thoughts. That's like, if I don't figure this out, then Gnarl and me are gonna kick down. How I've been able to get by because we've had what we've had, but like shit's gonna get bad. Shit's gonna hit the fan, and I need to.
Gnarl's gonna be mad at me.
Yeah, exactly. And eventually you are able to finally just kind of tear your head away from this, this very intimidating pile of information, and take a second to take a breath and think. It probably wouldn't be here. It probably wouldn't be in this bookcase because then it'd just be out in the open and just anyone could grab it. So you turn to the desk.
Yeah.
And you start looking through the desk. Give me one more investigation check.
Okay, dice. I love you. Please roll nicely. Thank you. You want to talk to my dice and tell it to roll nicely for me?
Roll nicely for Tara, please. Dice.
Okay. Thank you. DM's kisses gotta count, right? Hey, not bad. Well, I mean, it's pretty good. It's a 15.
15.
Hopefully 15.
Perfect. So you're looking through looking through this desk like as hurriedly as possible because you know you've wasted enough time.
So much time.
You know,
so much time is gone.
And and at first you're not able to find anything, and you're just like, "Fuck! What if he has it with him?" But you realize as you throw open this empty drawer, you look at it and kind of tilt your head, and from the outside of the drawer, it looks like this drawer should be deeper than it is. And as you look closer, you notice the tiniest little handle on the inside.
Want to pull it up?
Yep, it is a false bottom.
Yes.
And
although I'm not getting excited, I'm still nervous. I still have to pin this on somebody, which I'm also thinking about while I'm rummaging through these drawers.
So you lift the false bottom from this drawer, and you see a very simple looking black tome, and it says it's called History of the Silver Age. And as you touch this smooth black leather cover, I don't know, it could be a breeze, it could be a whisper, it could be the tinkling of a wind chime. You're not sure what it is, but you feel an awareness around you as you hold this book.
It's weird.
But now is not the time to worry about that.
Closing the drawer, putting it back, except I have the book.
And as you close it, you hear the click of a lock in front of you. With a long creak.
Can I dip down like below the desk?
Yep, you dip down below the desk.
Just
give me a stealth check.
Fuck. Okay. I mean, there's not many places to hide in this room. I got another 15.
Another 15? Okay.
Yeah, but there's nowhere to hide in this room.
Okay.
Hey.
So you hear footsteps advance in the room. It's silent, or the person isn't talking.
Yeah.
And they get
carbs.
You hear them stop at the far left end of the bookcase. You can't really see who it is because you're like deep under the desk. They turn and they start walking towards where the desk is.
Fuck.
And you hear them get closer and closer to the point where they're standing next to the desk, but they're standing off to the side of the desk. You can see the shadows of their feet under like the at the underside of the desk, because it's got like little legs, like very short stubby legs. And there's a moment of silence before a head just pops down right in front of you. A head of red hair and matching red eyes pops up right in front of you and says, "Hi!
Shh.
You beat me here. I didn't know."
Shh.
Sorry.
We gotta be quiet. Don't be so loud.
Sorry. You beat me here. And
what do you?
She looks at you. This is the same girl, and you notice this is the same girl that you saw back in the bazaar when you were trying to take food. The girl that gave you all that food.
And winked at me.
And winked at you. And
she winked at me.
She looks at you, and then her eyes kind of spy the book that you're kind of clutching to your chest, and she's like, "Oh man, you already got it?
What are you talking about?
The book. You beat me. I didn't even know somebody else was doing it. Oh man. Well, I mean, good job, but man, now I'm gonna have to do something else."
I have no idea what you're talking about. We have to get out of here. Like, soon. Dinner has got to be almost done.
Yeah, we should probably go. I know a way, I know a quick way we can get out of here. It's fine.
Okay. Sure.
So you guys get up, and are about to leave the room.
Yep.
When, the door that the girl neglected to lock behind her opens again.
How many heart attacks do I have to have in one session?
You guys both are completely still as the elf monk steps through. And he looks down at you hard with this book in your hands.
Fuck.
And there's a beat of silence before the girl goes, "Oh, it's just you. Oh my god."
And I'm like looking at her going.
And the elf kind of tilts his head and says, "I don't remember who, I'm sorry." He says, "I don't remember sending you on any tasks." And he closes the door behind him. And as he does so, you notice a silver ring on his finger. It briefly glows, and you find the visage of the elf fade away, giving way to a lizard folk. He has salamander features, and his skin is this deep, rich black with dotted yellow stripes. And he stares at you with his, well, I guess technically, well, I'm not sure, because salamanders are technically amphibians, but
Yeah.
lizards.
This is a fantasy world.
This is a fantasy. He looks at you with amphibian eyes as he tilts his head. "I only sent one person to get this book, and that was," he looks towards the red-haired girl, "and that was Rain here. Why are you here? Why do you have that?"
Why are you here? Why do you want this book?
Well, we are, he looks at Rain again, the girl, and says, "Well, I was having someone reclaim what was rightfully ours. But once again, I only sent one person to take that."
Can I look at the book? Like flip open a page? Are there any specific words in here that say what kind of guild this is?
Give me give me a history check.
Oh shit.
Well,
okay.
Give me a roll
traveling.
For history, yeah.
I got a 6.
A 6. Okay.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm traveling and young. I'm like.
Yeah, you kind of flip through it, but you're not able to focus on anything. the girl just kind of snickers and she's like, the Thieves Guild. She leans over to you and she's like, the Thieves Guild.
Oh.
And the salamander man nods. Yes, we prefer not to say that out loud, but yes, that is the guild that I represent. It's interesting that you were able to obtain this without prompting. My name is Kurz. How do you feel about joining our organization?
If it's gonna protect me and my sibling. Yeah.
He slowly nods. Good answer. And with that, you fade back into darkness.
Meanwhile, you guys are still in the temple. This, the broken body of this, decrepit, desiccated Azar cow is on the ground, as well as Zeneral, who is holding this this sheath, this dark leather sheath with silver engravings. To start off, first, Zeneral, can you give me a death saving throw? I believe in you. A 1. A 1. That is 1 success. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna run over to my fallen twin and drop on my knees, slide over, and pull her up, and search through my equipment. And I have a potion of healing. I'm gonna open her mouth and pour it in.
Okay. Would you please do the roll for that, Gnarl? Okay.
I'm gonna use my twin die.
Okay, do your twin die.
Seven points of healing.
Okay. So you kneel next to your twin and you open their mouth, you pour this healing mixture into their mouth, and as that's happening, you can feel warmth spread in your body, Z, and however, as it makes its way through your system, it feels warmer and warmer to the point where it becomes uncomfortable. You start feeling as though like you have really intense heartburn, maybe something like that. All you know is as you are becoming aware of your surroundings, as you are coming back into the world, you are uncomfortable. Your body hurts, and you take 3 points of healing. And you are awake.
So Z's gonna come back and just gasp and like her chest hurts because her chest does hurt. And I'm assuming she's like looking up at frickin' Gnarl.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you look up and you can see kind of like Gnarl is the closest to you, bent over you, but also you can see, you know, in your peripherals, Keith and Fionn also just kind of like peering over you and being like, "Are you okay?" Well,
Yeah,
actually, Fionn is an elk, still, right?
I'm an elk.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
see the face of an elk and Keith and
You get
peering over you.
For help to be like sat up. When I like help me sit up, please.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh,
I will drop my wild shape and turn back into a tiefling.
Okay.
General, are you alright?
My
You're
chest
up?
hurts. My chest hurts.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, that looked really
I
rough.
will
Yeah, it's
grab
not
I will grab Zeneral's wrist and cast Cure Wounds first level.
At first level, okay. Make your roll.
28. Oh fuck! I rolled a one.
Okay.
Sorry, dude. It's the least amount I can give you.
It's
Okay.
okay.
What's it
5
for?
points. Yikes.
So Theon, you know, with glowing hands, gently places her hands on you to heal your wounds, but honestly, as that happens, like her hands are hot and burning on your skin, but and you receive 2 points of healing.
It
I
shouldn't
healed by
hurt.
Theon before, so I know. You said 2 points?
2 points.
Okay. Why is everything hurt?
It shouldn't hurt. I'm
Nope,
like,
doesn't
yeah,
hurt.
I assume I noticed that reaction.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
not
Where
good.
does it hurt? Does it hurt everywhere? Does it hurt in a specific spot?
It hurts. It hurts. Like it feels like you touch a hot pan where her hands were.
Ooh.
The
I
hell?
check where I touched. Does it look? Is there any visible like burn or anything like that?
Nope.
No. It didn't work as well as it should have either. Are you still holding in
No.
one hand the
Oh,
sheath?
yeah, my hand's on the sheath, I'd assume.
You might want to drop that. All right. Do you feel any better?
Do I feel any better?
Not feel any better.
Cool. I'm just gonna pick this up and put it in my pack.
Okay. You put it in your pack.
We got what we came
Okay,
for.
I want to try again.
do you know what's causing this?
No, I just know I hurt. Everywhere. I feel like I have heartburn, indigestion. Where Fionn touched me, it felt like
Stomach
hot
diarrhea.
Hey, that's
Sorry.
Not good. That's not good.
Do you know anything about
Alright.
this, Fionn?
We may just have to get out of this place. There's, it felt normal on my end.
Can you walk me?
The spell. Sorry, my words are hard. The spell felt normal on my end, so I'm not sure. We might just have to get out of here.
Check their
can you
bodies for
stand?
heat or something. I'm gonna sit here
All
for
right, all right.
Still don't feel good.
I'll check whatever body's closest. Or
Give me, whoever is searching bodies, give me investigation checks.
I can assist Keithan.
Okay. And Keithan, roll with advantage.
Oh, yeah, 10.
Ten?
Yeah, and it was a 6. It was a 9.
Oh!
I got
Better.
it with advantage. damage.
Oh,
Oh,
buddy.
better. Did you roll, Gnarl?
10.
Also a 10. You guys are great at this.
Yeah, we're right at the average mark. This is so great.
Um,
How we approach puzzles.
So, with a 10, you search the bodies of all of the ghouls and the ghast that attacked you, but really, like, they were all wearing rags. They didn't have anything on them.
Z. I got nothing.
Z, could you give me an investigation check, please?
Yeah, I can. Okay. I chucked out that X I used earlier because it's not rolling well for me. Just while they were looking, I rolled 2 unnatural ones. It was rolling for me so well earlier without modifiers, and now
yeah, you wasted all, well, not wasted, but you used up all your good rolls.
you said in investigation.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a 21.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, what I will tell you first is, you guys do see one door besides the main entrance into the what's it called? Into this big main chamber of the temple. And beyond that, you don't see any other entrances. However, Z is sitting down, propped up on one of the pews and kind of looking around, and something that she can see, it's very, very faint. Actually, she a part of her kind of feels as though, like, she wouldn't have spotted it if she hadn't have rolled so high. She sees, like, a small disturbance in the dust on the ground. Like, kind of like an odd line of dust on the ground near one of the walls.
Pointed out because I'm probably still like sitting on the floor looking around, and I go, "Hey, there's a weird line over there." And then I'll try to like slowly get up. I probably hurt because I got shit kicked out of me. Yeah. Get up.
It is pretty hard to hear you, Chara.
Is
kind
it?
of like
Let me get close.
choppy.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, that's better.
That's better. Let's get a big ugly face. Big ugly
You're
face.
beautiful. You're so beautiful.
You're so beautiful.
I'm babysitting a sick kitten, so I gotta be in a weird room.
Oh,
You know?
that's okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so I'll like point and I'll be like, hey, there's hold on. I'll be like trying to get up, and Gnarl said they'd help me, so I'll get up and I'll start to walk over to the area that I saw like the disturbance in the dirt.
Okay. So I'll let you keep that 21. You go up to where there's this disturbance in the dirt, and at first it looks like a solid wall. It's right next to one of the pillars up against the wall. And as you look closer, you notice that there is a small seam in the wall up against this pillar.
It's not uncommon with thieves' guilds. Because, we found one in a tunnel underneath.
Wall next to a pillar. Yeah. And there's also another.
Further.
There's also another door in the room.
Right.
Do we want to go
make sure
with
that
the
I do
other
this before
door?
something explodes.
Mm-hmm.
I need to cast Cure Wounds on myself, so I'm just going to do that.
Okay.
Hiccups.
Okay.
Because I don't want something to explode and me to not have done that yet.
Do your cure wounds. Tell me how much you get.
7 points.
7 points.
Hey.
You take 7 points.
Oh,
Hello.
I got so nervous there for a second.
I know, I was like, we all have to leave right now. Okay, no, we don't. Okay.
it's
Oh,
probably
great.
just me.
No. I think it's just you.
Yeah.
Actually, I can say that. I think it might be you specifically because I just cast it on myself and it worked a little better.
Cool.
So-
Cool. Maybe I shouldn't have said a certain
I don't know
thing,
what
and
we
then I
should do.
wouldn't have this problem.
What did you say?
So I told him I was a follower of Atha. Whoops.
Oh.
Would Atha be pissed if you denied that you were her follower?
Yeah, she could be. Yeah. Do we want to check out the actual door before we look at this seam?
I don't care. You're bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, I hurt a lot. But I can't do anything about it at the moment.
I'm so sorry. I'm completely tapped out as well. I don't have any energy left to do anything.
It's
If
fine.
we rest for, if we take a short rest, then I'd be able to do it again.
Could use hit points.
2
Or
spells.
hit dice. Hit dice.
Mm-hmm. Should we do that, folks?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could give us some time to discuss what the hell we might have to do about Captain.
All
Yeah.
right.
They're just waiting out there.
Alright.
Make them wait longer.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they
That's
can
true.
get in.
I don't mind that.
Yeah. Okay, so let's
I
just sit
just
on
wanna
these pews.
Rest up
I'm gonna
before. Mm-hmm.
sit down on a pew
Perfect.
and take a rest.
Me too.
Eat some
Before we
snackies.
start opening doors.
Yeah.
And getting ourselves into further trouble.
Oh, can I use my hit dice, DM? Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, you're allowed to.
Mhm.
You're allowed to try.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know. Like, just gotta fuck around and find out.
That's like, I should say that more to you guys.
It's really apt for
Yeah.
D&D.
Okay. How do I... Oh, short rest. There's a button for short rest. D4s. I'm probably...
D4s? You should.
No,
when you-
D8s.
Okay, I was like, you should use when you use your hit dice, you should use the dice that you use for your hit point.
Yeah, no, it's I have a total of 4, and that's what was running
Yeah.
through my head. I only have one D8. No, I have another D8. What the hell? Okay.
Oh, that's so much better. I'm almost back at full.
Yeah, tell me how much you get, Tara.
Yeah. Working on it. Not great. Not great, friends. Not great. So I used 3 of them, and I only got to 10.
Okay.
Oof.
You take 10.
Oh, I take the full?
Yeah, you take a full.
Sweet. Child, if you
Something
would
about
stop playing with that
magic?
toy.
Something about magic healing, perhaps? No, but the potion. Well, that's magic healing, I suppose, in a way.
So I'm at half. Let's see. Or way under half. Just means we'll just have to be extra careful until I can take a nap. Or a long sleep.
I have another healing potion. Do you want me to try that again?
Maybe in a little bit. My chest still kind of burns from the last one. Not that I don't appreciate it, Arl. Thank you. But, ow.
Do
I
you want
wonder
me
if
to
I'm
carry you?
that kind of.
What'd you say, Narl? Oh, carry me? Oh, no.
I wonder if
That
there's
worked out.
something specific about the kind of feeling
Find
in this
out.
place. Right. Well, I don't know what to do about Captain.
I don't either.
Like a killer.
Maybe there's a way out
I
of
was
here.
kind of thinking that.
I did think that
Do you know
from the
how-
graveyard.
Do we know how long she expected us to be down here?
No,
She might not expect us to return. Who knows?
it's true.
We could just stay here for a while.
For a little
I
bit,
was
yeah.
thinking we could sleep.
Yeah,
We could sleep here. Maybe not in this room. I think this room is bad news, but
yeah.
go back perhaps to the earlier parts of the temple.
If it's even possible to get through there. I don't know about those puzzles.
Right, the door's closed after us.
I think so. Yeah.
So you think one of these will lead us out?
Well, let's go check out this door. I want to look at the actual door.
All right. Have we had, how long do we have to take, DM, is it an hour?
For a short rest, I believe it's an hour.
Okay. So do we need to make, does anybody want to talk about anything else during this hour while we're hanging out?
Ow.
Poor thing, poor
This-
thing.
This is a weird place.
He was really gunning for me.
Yeah.
You come here often?
No, I don't. I've never been in here. Can I see that book?
Oh, right, the diary?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll pull that out and you can reread the parts that
Yeah.
I,
Just flip through it. Is there anything else I
Yeah.
noticed?
There are rotten pages that are rotted away by age. Like the ones that Theon read were the ones that were the most intact.
Okay.
There are a couple blank pages where you can see notes that Theon wrote about your deadly puzzle.
Oh, yeah.
There's, a little doodle of an elk that she made.
Aww.
Okay.
I'm not a very good artist. It's barely recognizable.
Okay, so what are you all doing?
I'll help Z look at the door.
Yeah.
You look at the door. Give me one of you, both of you can do investigation checks, or one of you can do an investigation check with advantage while the other one is helping.
Moi? Would like moi to do it. Got it.
Okay, so take advantage on that one. Mrs. Rogue.
Hey, okay, there's one. Let's use this one. Hey, that's good. 22.
A 22? Okay, so you are looking you're looking at this door, and Gnarl is right next to you, kind of like supporting you, and also like kind of like feeling around on the door. And as you guys are both looking at it, you notice that, well, A, that the door is locked, and B, you can barely see it. It's the littlest, the tiniest thing, but you can see the glint of some sort of needle within the lock of the door.
So I would assume that it's trapped.
I don't know,
And I
probably.
can't pick it. Ow. A needle in the lock. Have I ever seen that before?
Give me a history check.
$14.
14. So what you know, you have encountered it, but only in your time in the Thieves Guild. Like, it's a complicated sort of lock.
Okay.
But with a 14, you know that it can be picked. it is just very difficult. Like those were like the the locks with these needles in them were like the challenge locks that you trained with when you were in the Thieves Guild.
Okay. Sorry. So if I know about these locks, do I know that usually they are like trapped when you fuck with them, or is
Well,
it
you know,
difficult lock?
that is the trap. That's what makes it. So basically, how it works is this lock, you can pick it, but you have to pick around the needle. If you disturb the needle, it will shoot out into your face.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they are likely poisoned.
Yep. So I'm gonna look at everybody and explain to them what's going on with this. And I was like, "Do you want me to pick this lock?"
How are you feeling? Not great.
Yeah, I still hurt a little bit, but you know.
Do you think you can, or is it like a new face piercing situation?
I mean, it could be a mixture of both. I used to train on these, so they're hard, but I might be able to do it.
Are these considered a missile? Because I can do some cool monk shit and deflect.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
So what I will say about that is, I will allow Gnarl to do that, but Gnarl has to be the one to pick the lock. Like, because like, in order to pick, you can't like just have someone, you know, just
Like
You
right
gotta
in
be in
between
front
the
of the-
face and the
yeah.
lock. Depends on how
Exactly.
they look, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we're too low level for that.
Okay. I'll just try to pick it. I get shanked in the face. Maybe I'll get shanked in the face.
I think that's a decision you have to make for yourself. I don't.
DM, what am I rolling?
Can you walk me through it? I could try to do it for you.
So, for Z, what you are going to be doing is you're going to be using your thieves' tools, and so what you're going to be making is a dexterity check plus your proficiency modifier. So whatever your dexterity check is, I believe +2 is your proficiency is +2 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so dexterity plus your proficiency to use your thieves' tools.
Okay.
General, before you do that, I have one possible idea. There's only one needle, right? So once you discharge it, there's nothing
Maybe.
more behind it, are there?
I guess we'll find out.
I was going to say you could maybe just try to stand right to the side and trigger it.
Well, I gotta be able
Purposely?
to look in the lock.
I mean, trigger it purposefully. Just
Oh.
rummage around in there and have it shoot off, and maybe that's the only one there is. Does anything else happen? I don't know anything about how this works. So
Yeah.
perhaps other things are rigged in the lock and I'm not sure, but I wanted to mention it.
Yeah,
I'm
if it
gonna
was a
attempt
trap
to
or
pick it.
collapse of the lock.
I will say, as general, you know that if you do trigger, basically the needle is built into the locking mechanism, so you can do that, but it basically renders the lock inoperable if the needle
have
is
to, like,
triggered. So like
back
you
it
can
down.
if you want to do that, you can, but you would have to like destroy the door in order to get through it. At that
No,
point.
I'll just. Okay. I'm gonna try and pick this lock. Come on, dice. Okay. An 18.
An 18. Okay. So a bead of sweat slowly descends upon your brow as you're using your thieves' tools to try and pick around this lock. You're a little rusty. Like, honestly, this is the most advanced lock you've had to pick since you were training in the Thieves Guild. But after a solid 2 minutes just like methodically picking around the needle in this lock, you eventually feel the slide and click. And the door creaks open for you.
Like fist bump, Gnarl.
Yeah, you're just like, still got it. And
Well done, General.
Thank you.
you slowly get up and you see inside. Everybody can see inside except for Keithan because Keithan's blind.
Oh yeah, dark.
There's no light in this room, but you do see, like, from the light now coming from the main antechamber of the temple, you see the glint of silver.
Yeah?
And as you approach, you see, oh, this must be where they kept the good offerings.
Yes.
The tithes and this is where they put the things that people left at the temple to curry Atha's favor.
Okay. So I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna look at the door to make sure there's like no other traps though first.
With you had like a 21 investigation, right? That was what you had. 22. You don't find any other traps. No.
Perfect. I'm gonna walk into the room.
Okay.
Why are you getting into that?
So
you to eat snacks and things. Trying to eat through bags right now.
They're a hungry kid. Hungry little kid.
She is. Okay, so I'm gonna walk into the room.
So, you have checked the room for traps. You are not able to find any, and so before you is a room filled with what seems to be riches.
Yeah. So, if I remember correctly, your butt smells.
Laura, stinky baby.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So, if I remember
Sorry,
correctly, Captain said that if we found anything interesting, to bring it back, right?
She actually, I believe, said that you could keep it. But for how long you could keep it, she did not specify.
Exactly. So I want to go through this pile and look for anything that could be interesting.
Okay. Give me one more investigation check as you're just kind of like sorting through this pile.
Can I help?
Can I come in and help you? One of us can help.
I guess I can tell the party like what I'm doing. Like, hey, so this is my idea. Captain said that we're allowed to keep anything interesting, but this is the only interesting thing I want to keep. So I kind of want to dupe her a little bit. And if there's anything interesting in this pile, I want to give her that instead of what I have.
That's smart.
Sounds like a plan.
I was going to say, is there any reason between you and your god that you should leave these tights here? I don't know.
I guess
Like, I'm not sure
to her, but
how Arthur feels about if we're going to be taking stuff out of here that's been offered. Just a thought.
you know what? I'll deal with those consequences later. Right now, it's my
That's
life,
fine.
or right now, I'll deal with that later.
Understood.
I just chuckle at that response. So perfect. I agree.
Hey!
Girl, digging through this shit, like, oh man, treasure!
Yeah.
Treasure, finally!
In the world. That is a nat 20.
Okay!
Plus my investigation, right? You said investigation, so it'll be a 26.
You got a nat
Thank you,
20.
kitten.
It's fine. It's fine. You got a nat 20, kid. So, you do your natural 20 investigation, And not only are you able to, like, you are absolutely certain you have found everything of note to find in this room, you also managed to, like, easily organize all of it, and, like, to the point, like, you feel like, you know, when people, like, have a jar of something and they're like, you'll get a prize if you guess how many jelly beans are in this bar or in this jar. That's you right now. You are the winner of this game.
Fucking right I am.
So everything in here, there is a ton of silver in here. There is no gold. But for the sake of expediency and ease, you guys find 600 gold worth of silver.
Yeah. We'll just pretend it's, you know.
So you find 600 gold worth of silver. You find some jewelry, probably like another 100 gold's worth of jewelry that you can have appraised and sold. However, there is only one, like, item that's there.
Okay.
And you do, and I am telling you this because you got a natural 20. There is one silver amulet there that has the visage of Atha on it, and as you hold it, you can feel, like, the magic vibrating off of it.
Okay, well, that's definitely not going.
If you would like to identify what it is, you would need an Arcana check.
I mean, I could roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
All right, kitten, you ready? Don't fuck on my dice. Hey! She just goes back to... It was a 19, so it'll be a 25.
Okay, give me one moment. Okay. So you can kind of recognize this, the way the chain is put together, the way that the medallion part of the amulet is put together, even though it has the visage of Atha on it, you recognize the way that it's put together, and you have found an amulet of proof against detection and location.
Amulet of...
That is an item that is in D&D Beyond. If one of you wants to add it to your inventory.
Detection and what?
And location. So with a 19,
that's awesome.
So the short of it is, people can't spy on you via magical means when you are wearing it.
I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. I gotta also figure out how this frickin' sheath works too later. Alright. And then for housekeeping purposes, I'll have to figure out the math for the silver or the gold, whatever.
Yeah, it's probably like, so there's 10 silver to a gold, so you probably have found like 6,000 silver pieces.
Okay.
That's a lot. This is a fantasy world.
Yeah.
You find, also you find one bag of holding. So we don't have to fucking deal with you guys having a bunch of shit that you can't carry around.
Yes.
Oh my god.
For the next
Yes.
4 we find, it's going in the bag.
Oh my god.
I lost the last one on the
Oh my
cart
God,
because I
yes.
forgot to grab it, so now it's going in the bag.
Oh, this is great.
I didn't plan on giving you guys a bag of holding, but then I just had a thought, and I was like, fuck, that would make life a lot easier for everybody. So yeah, you guys can have one bag of holding.
Woo! Who's gonna carry
We
it?
might be able to buy one with all this fucking gold we found.
No, I already
Doesn't
said you
matter.
have it.
Shh. We've got one.
Yeah.
Now we don't have to worry about carting the gold to go buy the bag, so this works out great.
Yeah, literally that's it. I was like,
had
I give
Gnarl
you...
hold all of the gold, but that might have been a really bad idea, judging from like Z's
I'm
Money
like-
management.
I'm like, Z, don't ask the teacher if there's homework. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's. All right. I'm like, all right, got it, everyone. I think this is all we're gonna find in here. Obviously, here's all of your gold and silver pieces.
They're
Not
all
all.
silver pieces. They are all
Yeah,
silver
That's
pieces.
what I meant. Silver pieces. We'll divvy that out off stream. I guess we'll go back to. I'll walk to the other side, the other room.
Okay.
Room, the freaking
Where
slit
the
in
door
wall.
is. Yeah. So,
If you wanted to do it evenly between the four of us, it's 1,500 each. Silver pieces each. Or you can divvy it up however Zanarl likes.
Oh no! It would
Just wanted to
definitely
say
be
that.
even, except I'm getting Gnarl's half for the time being.
Okay, so you'd have 3,000 silver pieces, and both me and Ethan would have 1,500 silver. I just figured as long as we're thinking of it. Carry on.
you guys are like paying people in tips. Like when people that make money in tips are like paying in singles.
Totally. Yeah. You just gotta own it.
Yeah.
Because you're a bad bitch, that's why.
I'll give you your money later. No. Okay. All right. Let's go to that slit in the wall.
Mm-hmm. So, you're doing investigating this place so good. So I'll let you know. Like as you look at this wall, it looks like it's kind of like it's very well hidden, but it's once found pretty easy to open. You just kind of like pry your fingers in the seam, and you're able to like kind of pull it open like a sliding door, and that's where the line of dust came because it was moving.
And I was able to get it open.
Yep, you are able to get it open, and on the other side is a darkened hallway.
Can I see down this darkened hallway?
I mean, yeah, you can see. Well, I mean, you can't see through. Like, what you can't see what's on the other side. It seems to like as Okay, so you've entered. If you were to enter the room on the left hall is or on the left wall is where this seam is. So when you look at or when you open the secret passageway, the hall immediately turns to your left and seems to go down in the same direction that you assume the same direction the way back.
Okay. I guess we could keep walk that way, yeah? Anybody have any qualms?
Didn't you want to check the weird seam door?
I thought that's where we...
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I thought this was the other door.
Gnarl got knocked a little silly in that last fight, and is like, "Isn't there another seam door? I thought I saw two." And you're just like, "Nope, there's just one. There aren't two of you, right?"
He's got to get hit in the head really bad. I'm fine if you want to lead on. I don't need anything from here.
Alright, let's keep going then.
Okay.
And I will... Looking for traps while I'm there, because obviously this whole fucking place is trapped.
Okay, give me one more investigation check then.
Can I assist?
Yes, you may, with advantage.
Okay. Hey. 21.
You do not detect any traps.
Thanks for the assistance. My first roll was a 4.
Oof. So you guys follow down this hallway. Keithan kind of clutching onto Fion's, like the sleeve of Fion's dress, because nobody has a torch, and
Do you want one?
I know I was going to say, do you want us to put up some light, Keithan, or are you okay with me just leaving you?
I mean, light's good, but it also draws attention. It's whatever you guys want.
I got a torch.
Yeah, we have plenty of torches.
Okay, then
I
yeah.
got a torch.
Can I get a torch?
All right, I'll do that because Z's ahead.
Yeah, and I'll just do control flame to where it's like it's just enough light for myself, kind of thing, so I can kind of like see just
smart,
nice and muffled.
Smart.
Okay, so you are now able to see in the hallway, and like it's damp and it smells. It doesn't smell as bad as that one room, but it definitely smells musty in here. Excuse me. And so your footsteps echo in this long hallway, and you walk down, until finally there is a curve again to the left, to the right. I'm sorry, they were both curves to the right. And it stops. There seems to be a wooden backing with some kind of door. That's the end.
And so there's another door?
Well, at the end of the hallway, yes. But it doesn't have a handle or anything. It doesn't really look like a door.
Maybe a secret panel of some
That's
sort.
what I was thinking.
Maybe we might have just bypassed the puzzle and the whole deal. I hope. Probably too much to hope for.
Yeah. Can I do another investigation check on this door?
What was your first investigation check?
It was like a 21.
So you don't need to roll again. It's fine.
Okay.
You see the hinges on it. You're like, oh, I can probably just push.
Can I listen for anything on the other side?
Give me a perception check.
I want to see if there's any. Yeah. Child, you're in my dice box. Hey. Okay. Perception.
Yep.
17.
17. On the other half, I'm sorry, I'm distracted as I'm speaking. Give me one moment. On the other side, you hear nothing.
Nothing.
You don't hear anything.
Okay. Well, friends, this, I think we just have to push. I don't hear anything on the other side. Does anybody hear anything else?
We'll take a listen.
Give me another perception check.
Ooh, 13.
You do not hear anything.
All right. Wonder Twin.
I don't hear anything.
Perfect. All right. That's all I wanted. I just wanted extra confirmation. And I guess I'm going to push this door.
Okay. You push the door and there's a light click as you do so. And you hear... And inside is the bedroom.
A bedroom?
Where you found the diary.
I think am I the only one who's been in there?
Oh yeah, so you guys don't recognize. You're like, this looks familiar, I guess. But yeah, Fionn is immediately able to recognize.
Right around the puzzle. That's brilliant. Come on, then.
Wow.
We'll just go out the door of the bed. This is his bedroom, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. That's where the
I
diary
didn't
was. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll go across the room and open the other door into the sort of that main central room that we were in before.
Yep. And you
Do a little flourish.
Yep. Oh look, it's where you guys started.
Oh, it stinks in here.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Oh, it does.
It still smells.
Oh, it's from the other room.
We're probably staying here to
Are you okay?
to stall. I forgot the word stall. To stall, Captain.
Say that one more time. I am so sorry.
Are we staying here to stall the captain another
Could
day?
you take a rest as well?
Like an actual
I wouldn't say
sleepy
no
sleep.
to it. We could just go into this bedroom where it doesn't smell so bad.
Yeah. I mean, how long have we been down here, DM?
You guys have probably been down here like 3 hours at most.
Mm.
I think the first part of the day took us a while to even get here. So
Yeah.
I don't know what time it
Oh,
would be.
yeah.
Do you have any sense of what time it would be outside?
Oh, I guess we did talk to Captain for a minute, and
Well, yeah, we had the whole thing in the town of Rowan with
yeah.
like no pants and all that.
So, yeah.
Don't remind me about you guys.
It was the best. It was the best. That's why.
How long was that walk up or down that tunnel from when we like melted the gate or whatever?
From when you so the walk down from when you melted the gate. So I would probably say like 5 minutes. Like,
Okay.
Pretty
So
close.
I'm gonna tell everybody to wait here, and I think I'm gonna sneak up there stealthily, and find out like what time of day it is, and whether or not Captain and Lieutenant are still up there.
All right. Why don't I come with you? I can be a mouse or something small,
Super quiet.
just in case something happens.
We need to be quiet.
I could be a wee shrew. Just something very small.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
thinking of just in case something happens, or they're waiting at the entrance for us or something.
I've got the stone I can call down if needed.
Okay, it's up to you. If you want someone with you, I am happy to come.
Like I said,
I
I'm
can
just gonna be
that
quiet.
big.
I'm sneaking up there. And no lights. Sorry, Keithan.
I'm cool staying down here. I just like, is there anything to like prop the light
Yeah, we'll
up
just-
in?
well,
Thing.
yes, yes. There's like a little torchy holdery boy.
I'm just gonna
Sconce.
stick my light in the torchy thing, and I think I'm gonna sit on the floor because I'm weirded out by that bed.
Yeah, we can hang up. At least it doesn't smell as bad.
Yeah, no, but if he slept in there, like the condition of which he is, like that
Oh,
just
right.
doesn't seem clean.
I agreed.
And like
but at
even
least we
I
can
have
get out
like
of it.
standards.
Main room.
That was a little far.
Wow.
All right, we'll sit on the floor.
I want to give Gnarl my stuff, except my sending stone, and I'll be like, you know, here you go. And I'm gonna sneak up the hallway.
Okay, you sneak up the hallway. Give me a stealth check.
I need this little one. Thank you. Okay. A 19.
Okay. So you slowly make your way up the hall. You know, hearing like dust crunch under, well, not dust, but you hear like small gravelly pieces crunch under your boots. But it's
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Um,
ready to do.
And as you finally get up to the top of the staircase, you can see that it's night out. There are stars up in the sky. It's a deep, dark night. And you look around. Give me a perception check, please.
I need this. Thank you. Okay. 17.
17. you are able to find Captain and Lieutenant. They are still there.
Mm-hmm.
Lieutenant is leaning up against a gravestone, looking like he's falling asleep. And Captain is she seems to be watching the mausoleum with shining eyes. And she looks like she's just like, she doesn't look bored at all. She's just watching her favorite show.
Are they still outside the line?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna slowly sneak back down.
Okay. I won't make you do another one.
And then when I safely get down there, I'm gonna tell them, I'm like, we have been here all day. It is nighttime right now. And Captain and Lieutenant are still up there waiting. Lieutenant has fallen asleep, and Captain is just watching.
Seems like we could make them wait a while longer.
Yeah, I don't oppose sleeping here, honestly. But I do think we should take shifts just in case.
Oh, absolutely. Always when on the road.
Yeah.
Great. Let's let them just stew in
Yeah.
their own juices for a while.
I'm not in any rush. I still hurt. I hurt a lot. Ow.
Nothing better after we left the main temple?
How do I feel after leaving the main temple there, DM?
The same.
Okay. Yeah, I still feel the same.
Give me a religion check. Anybody can give me a religion check.
Oh my god, not great. But again. Oh, Keithan's doing it.
17.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
With a 17, a bunch of little things come together for Keithan. And also, you guys are still trying to have your long rest, correct?
Yeah, we're gonna have a long rest. Or
I'm
try
still
to.
yeah.
first watch.
This will be sort of like before.
Okay.
And maybe like Z and Keithan should take the first watch, sort of thing.
I think Z should probably get as much sleep as possible.
Oh, that's true. That's true. The three of the rest of us can do that then.
I will. Why don't you guys discuss watches really quick,
Right.
and then I will tell you what that religion check hath wrought.
If they insist on me taking first sleep, I can take last watch.
I mean, I think the three of us can just take one shift each. You can sleep a little longer. That's an extra
You
short
got, you
time.
got pretty beat up.
Oh,
Leave it
thanks.
us. We'll be fine.
Okay. Sure.
I
I'll
do
just sleep
have-
the whole time then, I guess.
Tomorrow I might be able to help you a bit. I'm not sure if it'll help. I can cast a restoration spell tomorrow that we can see if it helps.
Oh.
If a good night's sleep hasn't.
Thank you. Quit ripping at your fur.
So,
Sure.
Zenral, you settle down in the dusty old bed.
Oh, I don't want to sleep in bed.
Okay, you settle down on the ground.
You can sleep in your Gnarl's lap. I don't know. Like leaning against your twin.
You settle down somewhere, and for sleep, and you close your eyes. But as and is anybody who else is also sleeping at this time?
I'd be asleep as well. I think me and Gnarl. I can take second watch, maybe.
Okay.
Third Gnarl.
I'll take last.
Sounds good.
Okay, so as everyone except Keithan, kind of settles down in their own specific areas for sleep. You guys close your eyes, try to relax your body, but you find your minds won't quiet down. You don't feel at peace enough to rest here.
Uh-oh.
And I'll wait until Keithan is done with the call to. What?
God damn it.
This
You
cat
can't
keeps
rest here.
farting. Yep.
I'm pretty well tapped. I've got 2 first level spell slots left. That's it.
Okay. Don't you
There are
have
a
your
couple
beach
wild
shapes back?
shapes. I've got 2. So that's actually probably good enough for many
Why
things.
can't
But
we sleep here? I want to know
that
why we can't
sucks.
sleep here. You're gonna fall off the bed, cat. There you go.
Sorry about that.
I am excited about how much money we just got.
Right?
Yeah, that's
I
like,
got money, guys.
yeah. Like, Fiona doesn't care much, but I care.
Don't eat your
It
tail.
just means the next little like healers stuff you can get. Because remember, like we got the healing herbalism kit. I think we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, I have a kit. Yeah, I feel like, did I write down some of the other stuff that I saw in Gondorin? I don't remember. But anyway, there was some good stuff to be able to buy.
Yeah. More healing potions.
We used those. It was great.
So, as you guys are trying to settle down for sleep and you're unable to, a lot of little things come together for Keithan. A lot of like little details come together for Keithan, and she realizes the intense fear that she felt when trying to cross the line to the mausoleum, being unable to sleep, and the diary of Azar Cow, his anger. And she realizes that this temple has been desecrated and is under desecration magic is kind of at work here, making it so. And this is particularly strong. Normally, just one of these things would be happening, like just the feeling of fear or just not being able to sleep, or something like that. But no, like this is a particularly strong desecration that will not allow you guys to peacefully rest here.
Can anyone else not sleep?
No.
Mm-mm.
And I usually can sleep anywhere.
Same.
We may have to go face Captain and Lieutenant.
None of you are able to sleep?
No.
I wonder if
This is
fellow with the diary, Azar Cow, I wonder if he couldn't sleep as long as he was down here.
He was so angry.
I'd be angry too.
Yeah.
I'm angry right now. I've only been down here for 3 to 4 hours.
I mean,
Ugh,
this is...
worn out.
It's a bit of a shot in the dark, but... I mean, this place is... not as it should be.
How's that?
The creepy feeling when you come in, like just the fear located, the stench, the ghosty, spirity things that we fought, how angry he was from his diary.
Right.
It seems, and the hate that we felt in the room. I think, Fionn, you felt it as well. Just the immense anger.
That's not normal.
I don't think that's what this place was meant to be with Otha.
Right.
When they first, and he was trapped here so long. Maybe
Right,
the vibe. Things have changed.
he certainly.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I know Gnarls and myself, the different tests that we had to do, the last word was perverted. I don't think it was
That's
supposed to be
right.
what it was.
Right, he said it was gouged out of the wall.
Tampered with.
Yeah. I think.
I'd assume it's this fellow. He was so full of anger and a desire for retribution at the end there. Although I don't know, maybe he's corrupted with the place. He's what corrupted the place. Maybe the place corrupted him. Maybe it was already like that. Seems a bit chicken or egg to me.
Yeah.
Is there anything we can do about it? Do you know?
Nah, I don't think so. Nothing I can do, at least.
I feel like we would need like a cleric of Hatha, maybe. I guess DM, would I know that? Would I know how to get a temple undesecrated?
It would take a particularly powerful cleric to rehallow the grounds of a desecrated temple.
Yeah, so we would need a cleric, I would assume, for this. And don't know about you, but I'm not a cleric.
Nah, not my calling.
So we need to leave Space Captain. You think we can get past her?
We're gonna have to.
Do you
What
think
do
we
we want
should?
to give her?
Should we talk to her? Should we attack her? Is there any reason to attack her? I don't know. I just saw the look on your face, I know.
I find her so creepy. And I don't like her. I'll be honest, I don't like her.
Did you get a sense of like why she's being the way that she is?
I think she knows more than what she's letting on. When we were going into the potion shop earlier with McSmiley Pants.
Smiley McNoPants.
Smiley McNoPants. Lieutenant pulled me off to the side and asked me if I knew anything. I told him no.
Knew
He's like,
anything
I've never
about what?
seen. Huh?
Knew anything about what? Sorry.
This whole situation.
Huh.
Why Captain would be so interested in this temple, things like that. Because he's never seen her like this.
Huh. He hasn't.
Yeah.
And she's not letting on. She's not letting him know much either.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, I feel like she knows more than she's letting on about this temple. Maybe about some specific items that are in here. Yeah. I'm trying to decide if I want to give her this amulet, but I don't really want to. I would like to keep it.
It's powerful.
For us.
Could give her
one
the
of us,
diary.
any of us.
I don't think it would be enough.
Yeah. Can I flip back through this diary? I want to really, really look over this and find anything else. Is it just his entries?
It's just
And-
his entries, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to rip out the page that Fionn was writing on. And I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that page with the little
Forever.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to keep it like just for us for right now. I don't really care. I don't really want her to have it, I guess.
You just want my drawing.
No.
Admit it.
She loves it.
Of course I
It's
do.
pretty cute.
Yeah. You did a really good job. I mean, look at these antlers.
Oh, thank you.
Wait. Those antlers.
Those is right here.
Now,
Good,
my next
good idea
thing-
though to take that out.
Yeah.
what story do we want to tell her? Do we want to be truthful about what we encountered down here, this puzzle, and then as our cow's deceased grossness who tried to murder us?
The best lies always have truth in them, right?
I was just going to say that. Well, actually, that's phrased a lot nicer than I was going to. Especially if she knows something about this place and what's happened here.
Yeah. And we just don't.
Probably for the
tell
best
her
that we
about-
just tell her partial truths.
Yeah.
Wasn't she also really good at telling lies earlier, or did I misinterpret something? When we were all in the
The
cabin?
captain?
Yeah.
Oh, I could have just been lying really bad.
Okay. I can't
I
remember.
was gonna
If
say-
we all are on the same page, it might be extra credit.
Right, we could back each other up. I was going to ask if anyone's particularly good at lying. I'm not bad at it, but...
No. I should be better.
What is charisma?
I mean, I'm decent for sure.
Nah.
Do I have to talk again?
I don't know. I got a +3. What's yours?
+3.
Keith? Just out of curiosity. +3.
Let's see. Yeah.
We could helm the half truth since we both had that thought.
I mean, I am injured. I could come out injured, and we could just say, we did go in there and fight him, but we didn't find anything except maybe I'd be willing to fork over some of my silver.
Right. So what I'd be inclined to do would be to say, just omit certain details. So we went in, we fought, you went down, you're quite injured and we can't seem to fix it. We found some silver, which we kept.
Do we want to mention how it has that seems to have been changed by him? That followers of Atha might have problems?
I don't see any reason to omit that.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
If I don't know if anyone else does.
Do we want to offer up his journal?
I think that would be smart.
Right.
to get something.
Right.
I don't know, would probably.
Could give over the journal and talk about Azar and how he was confined down here. And that would explain, I mean, the fact that the temple's been desecrated and all that seems like there's no reason to keep that back, and that would explain why I haven't healed you. I tried.
Yeah.
So really the only thing we'd be leaving out would be the sheath and the amulet.
Yeah.
I think we could tell the rest pretty well enough.
Yeah. Okay.
And bag of
So
holding.
just we
Oh,
Oh,
we're
right.
going to keep that.
in the bag. Well, we'll be carrying that. Somebody's going to have that slung over their shoulder, and they didn't before. So
How big is the bag? Just
Well,
out of
a
curiosity.
bag of holding is like the size of a sack, I think.
Okay.
is it like a backpack?
Like a
or
sack of potatoes, yeah.
Yeah.
A sack of potatoes is the unit of measurement I like using.
Well, there's different sizes of sacks of potatoes. Is it like a 5-pound sack? Or
One sack of potatoes. Okay.
Are they big potatoes? Or are they like
Yeah, are they
little
the
baby
Russian
potatoes?
Are
Are they new potatoes?
are we talking like a red bag of potatoes? Because
Right.
Of normal sized potatoes.
as the DM starts like fuming.
Imagine what
Just
a sack of
potatoes.
potatoes looks like.
Just potatoes. So I don't think we'll be able to hide that unless you could fold a bag of holding in on itself to hide the whole bag of holding within the bag of holding.
Yeah,
I don't think
you
that
can
would work.
100% do that and
We
just
should
destroy the entire
definitely
world.
check that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
fucking
we
just,
should. Space-time
that's a great-
continuum.
that is
Implosion.
a great direction for this campaign to take, where I like constructed this whole journey for you guys, but instead you're gonna turn it into like you're fucking divided by 0, and now the world is falling apart at the seams, and now I have to come up with a whole new thing.
Just was thinking like rolling it up like a tube sock, you know? Anyway, it's fine.
You can do it.
I don't
Just
think
see what
I don't think we can. The player knows better. I don't think we're going to be able to hide it. So back in the silver, they said we could keep
hidden in Gnarl's muscles now. Like
just I don't know. They said we could keep some of the things we found.
I mean, you can put it in a regular bag. Like it's probably big enough to be put into a bag, or small enough to be put into a backpack.
Oh, I
really don't want to leave this awesome pillow that we got from the.
Actually, you know what? I will. I'll pull out my pillow out of my bag and put it into the bag of holding, and then put the bag of holding inside my bag.
Wow.
You're the
Mind
smartest one.
blown.
I just saved up a whole bunch of room in my bag.
Turns out we have one big brain.
We just have one brain, so we pass back and forth
we're
between
like,
us.
hey, look at that thought.
Hey, you want this?
These like
Like the
full brain.
muses.
Yeah, you guys have three at any one time. You guys have 3 brain cells amongst you all, and fucking Z has 2 of them at all times.
Yeah, and the other
Let's
one's
see,
just being
because-
passed around.
Because I'm genetically connected to one of them.
Oh,
Oh, that's cute.
that's adorable.
I love the way the pillow talk. Not like that. You know what I meant.
The pillow talk. Yeah.
Okay, so you have hidden your bag of
amazing.
holding.
Great. Okay. I just have. I don't carry a bag. BT dubs. I just have little pouches around my belt. So
Wow.
Oh,
I'm
you're
like-
gonna make you carry the bag of holding.
I mean, I like the idea of hiding it.
Well, yeah, hiding it, but like later, because I've got
sure.
this pack.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
mind.
Does Maggie?
Yeah, I just
carry
got
most
my-
of your stuff.
No, I've just got my weapons are sort of hanging from everything's sort of on my belt. I don't carry a lot with me.
The whole point.
I don't carry a lot with me. I've got herbs and Maggie can absolutely carry all sorts of things, but yeah, I don't actually have that. I don't own that many things.
Okay. All right. So we've got our story straight.
All right, so we're leaving out the bag of holding and the sheath, and the amulet.
And the amulet. Yeah.
Right, and if she presses us, we could admit to having found a bag of holding, perhaps. The least important thing.
Yeah.
Like if she accuses us of omitting something,
Okay.
we could be like,
And
"Oh,
we're-
fine."
With the silver.
What's that?
If she knows about the bag of holding at some point, then we should also admit to the silver.
I was going to admit to the
yeah.
silver already because I think she said we could keep a lot of what we find, and I doubt she's going to have much need of 1,000 silver or whatever, 6,000 silver. It's not that much for some people. So I was going to just say that we found that, and then right. Just nice to have something in our back pocket that isn't giving up the amulet or the sheath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll lead the way.
Okay.
But is the hallway big enough to have like multiple people walking side by side?
2 people can walk side by side.
I'm gonna have Gnarl like not carry me, but like hold some of my weight.
Okay.
So I'm gonna act. I mean, I am hurt. I am injured. I still feel like shit, but I'm gonna lean into it.
Okay. You do so. Give me a performance check.
Ooh. Okay. Come on, dice. No cock. 13.
No what?
No
A
cock.
13, yeah.
It was cock. This bed's all wonky.
Okay,
Yeah.
so a 13 is what you got?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you're
I'm leaning into my injuries
Yeah.
though. Like,
you're leaning into your injuries, but you don't manage to overdo it. You're not just like, oh.
With in distress.
You know, you managed to just kind of like lean into Gnarl without it, you know, kind of like you know, just kind of like let yourself feel hurt rather than, you know, like anyway. You guys make your way up the stairs finally and into fresh air finally. It feels okay, so you take your first breath of fresh air in several hours and it feels absolutely wonderful. And as you know, as you expected, Captain and Lieutenant are there, seeing you know, or hearing you guys approach. Like you see Lieutenant, who was just like, he's like, and then glares. And as soon as you guys approach, Captain stands up and is like, oh, "You're alive! I'm so happy." So, what happened?
So happy to see us alive, specifically.
I mean, maybe. Yeah, sure. That's a bonus.
Tone of voice.
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
Can I insight her tone of voice?
Yeah, sure.
Nine.
A 9. She's so happy to see you guys. She's so stoked.
Huh.
So you look hurt. She looks at Z and is like, "You look hurt, but everybody else looks fine. Honestly, I did think you would die down there. I'm not like, I wasn't sure what was down there, but like I was like, probably, you know, if you're like paralyzed by fear, when you try to pass through, you know, whatever's down there is probably not great. So like I'm super happy you guys, you know, managed to, you know, do the thing. What was down there? Tell me all about it.
I was gonna say though, how much did you know about what's down there? Nothing at all? Or did you expect some of it?
Well, I know that it used to be a temple, and then you know, one of the founders of our guilds, you know, went down there and ascended or something. And yeah, and then, you know, nobody could go there anymore. So, you know, I've been curious.
Well, that's certainly the short version of the story is just that.
Cool. So what was down there? Come
well,
on.
if you'd let me, all right,
Hold it out on me. Come on.
You're not letting me get a word in edgewise. Will you quiet down for a minute?
Okay.
You're like a kid in a candy shop.
Nuh-uh, you are.
Are you flirting with me?
Am I? And like you can like see like a weird crazy glint in your eyes. Like, I know, am I?
Okay. Check what's wrong with her.
Yeah, do an insight check.
Okay, not bad. 18.
You can tell that she takes special joy in fucking with you.
Okay. Okay. Well, as you can see, Samuel got quite injured, and we haven't been able to heal her, and that's kind of the first thing that worries me. It is a problem. My healing magic isn't working.
But are you able to heal everybody else? Like, are you guys like able to be healed okay, or?
Well, yes, I suppose so. There might be something in particular about the fellow that went down there. We found.
And then she turns her attention on Z. What did you do? Did you piss somebody off? Or?
As I was about to say, sheesh. we found his sort of lodgings down there. We found his diary, and I'll pull that out and give it to her. Seems he went mad down there. And at the end of the tunnels, we found his ghost.
His ghost?
We
Yeah,
did.
I don't think your full ascension theory totally panned out the way he thought it was going to.
Definitely
No.
did not. He's desecrated the whole place, is what we think. And Zeneral was lucky enough to get the final blow, and I think that did something to her.
Yeah.
It
Love
was-
took me out for a minute.
It was pretty brutal. We thought she was dead. Several other... God, how many
There's some stinky
ghouls and
ones.
things were there? There was
There's some
there were
stinky
like...
ghouls. Definitely plug your nose.
That's right. They smelled like death. The whole place smelled like death.
She like flips through the diary, and like she gets to like the back and like shows it to you guys. Some pages ripped out. Did you
The
do
whole
that?
thing's a mess.
No,
The whole... I didn't do that. The whole book's a mess. Molding and
a
everything.
deception check.
I didn't do that.
yeah, say it.
Okay.
That's not a lie.
Yeah.
Nothing I've just said is a lie.
Alright. I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it, you asshole.
But no, but I can make a persuasion check. Is what I can do if you want me to.
Okay, yeah, do a persuasion check.
Yeah.
With advantage?
20. Oh,
No.
How do you
21.
Yeah, a 21.
I can't
Okay.
say no.
She's like,
That's true.
okay.
You're just backing up Fion.
So, let me make another roll.
I don't know what resources you have at your disposal, but if you can think of anything that might help Zeneral out, we'd be much obliged.
So, okay, let me just get this straight. I'm sorry. I'm like, there's like a lot going on right now, and I need some time to process because you've just given me a whole lot of like information, and I just
Right. Been a lot going on while you've been
Also
sitting out
asked for
here.
all the information.
yeah, you did so good.
Oh, thank you.
So okay, so as our cow never ascended, so he was just down there until he went mad and became a revenant. She points at his like revenge, his whole revenge thing. So he's probably not actually dead because revenants, unless they're like purified, they come back in 24 hours.
Oh.
So you guys should probably get scarce pretty soon.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
So that's probably yeah, they like have a whole thing where they're like until they like get the object of their revenge, they can't like die. But the thing is, the thing that's confusing to me, is how he managed, like, yeah, he's a revenant, but like if you like look at how aged a lot of these pages are, there was like a long space of time between a lot of these pages. So he was like down there a long time.
A long time he was. It must have been.
Became a revenant. So
It's not the feces down there.
It did.
Cool.
And we saw his bedroom and everything. He had a bed and
Stop
a
trying to
setup.
distract me. I am trying to say
Telling
it.
What?
Facts.
I'm literally just telling you more, which is what you wanted to know. All right, go on.
My question is, how did he manage to live up to that point? Am
We
I
were
right?
also asking
Like,
that of each other. I don't know. We had that discussion in his room after reading the diary.
And you didn't find, and like this was like the coolest thing you found.
It
If
was.
you
I
want to
don't think.
rummage through the stuff in his living quarters, and there's
Maybe there's-
another room that smelled really bad, but I mean, it's kind of dark.
That's
I can't see
true.
great, but there wasn't.
We didn't. I mean, maybe. No, we didn't find any. Did we look through the garbage room? Thoroughly? I didn't spend long in there.
It smelled pretty terrible. So.
It smelled so bad.
I didn't go in there.
Give me a deception check, Theon. Because I did hear you say in there, like, no, we didn't find anything else. Or something similar to that. So that was a lie. Please give me a deception check.
Can I get advantage from everybody else piping up?
Yes, you can get advantage.
Yay, thank you. Lovely. Just a 20.
Just a 20.
Let me double check. Correct.
Okay, so okay. Okay, and she looks at Z. And she looks at Z very seriously. Looks her up and down.
I'm still like bent over, kind of like holding my chest. You know, I still hurt. I do hurt. This sucks.
She looks at Z very seriously. Why aren't you dead? She like... Why aren't you dead? You should be dead.
He tried,
Yeah,
but we knocked him out with enough time, and
barely.
I passed out.
You went down.
I woke up, and Gnarl was above me. I'm assuming
Revenants-
I got fed a potion.
Let me tell you
Gnarl did that. Do revenants turn other people into revenants? Is it like...
No, that's not
Rare
how
creatures.
that works.
Alright.
Let me tell you guys a story. I've got a story for you guys.
Can we walk and talk? It'd be nice to put some... do you mind if we walk and talk?
No.
It'd be nice to put some space in between
or
us and
actually,
the temple.
yes. I'd like to stay here for a second.
Right.
While I tell you a super cool story that I know. So, once upon a time, there was this guy. His name was Azar Cow, and he was this great follower of Atha. One of we love him. We love Azar Cow. We stan him, you could say. And sorry, that's an in-joke with the Assassin's Guild. Anyway, so he had like 2 items that Atha herself gave him. One allowed him to kill anything, and the other allowed him to live like forever. So while I totally buy that you guys like that first thing Fionn said about like not knowing why he like lived so long, but like the reason why he lived so long is probably because he had like the thing that made it so he couldn't die. And you she points at Zenral, you smell dead. You like smell like a dead, like not like super stinky like gassy dead, but you smell like necrotic energy,
I assumed we all did from being down there. No?
Stop trying to distract me. I know you're like trying to distract me from what's going on here, but
Not that you're from. Like, who gave you this information? And if you have all this information, why didn't you just go down there yourself?
Well, why didn't you tell us?
Because I didn't want to. What? Anyway.
Where did you get this information from?
I mean, how did I get the information about you guys being special? I know stuff. I'm smart.
How do you know that your source isn't lying to you?
Maybe I don't know, maybe I did my own research? Maybe I...
You're corrupted.
True.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, 4.
4, okay. Okay, I've been up for a really long time, and I'm starting to get tired, and
we just went down there to face the thing that you wanted, so
yeah. So either you guys can tell me what you actually found down there, and give it to me, or, I could tell the city of Gondoran what you guys did to the forest.
Oh, I was gonna tell them anyway.
Yeah, I don't understand why that's
Oh, so
what
you
they're
guys
at.
don't think you're going to be put on trial and executed for lighting this entire forest on fire?
Not by accident. No, we didn't mean to light. I know Gnarl didn't mean to light the whole thing on fire. I was watching.
You guys have a lot of faith in the justice system.
I
A lot of faith in the justice system.
You
don't.
obviously have slipped through the justice system many times, so maybe we'll have a little bit of luck too. But either way, we're here. We're talking to you. You can at least respect us a little bit. We're trying to give you information, so stop talking down to us.
That's hot, I gotta say. It's been a really long time since anybody's talked like that to me, and I gotta say that's pretty hot.
I literally just did yesterday, but that's fine.
But
What else were you going to say to us?
It's different when they do it. It's real different.
I mean, that's fair. They're pretty cute.
So, we're at a stalemate, I think, because I know there's something you're keeping from me, and you're not going to tell me, and that's fine. That's fair, because I've been kind of an asshole this entire time. Anyway, but also, I want whatever you guys got from there, because it's probably important. So what
I
do
mean,
want with you?
we found a lot of silver that you can have if you really want it. I didn't think you'd need it.
Silver?
Well, right,
Ew.
so we get to keep that. That's right.
Yeah, it'll do a lot of good in the afterlife for you guys.
Did you want us to bring you the thing back? The man himself? What did you want?
I want the reason why you, she points to Z, are still alive. I want that.
We also would like that reason.
I don't know.
We would love to have that reason. This is a friend and a sibling, and we don't know what's wrong with her.
I take out the other healing potion that I have in my bag, and I'd be like, this is what brought her back. You want this?
Oh, that's true.
I can't tell if you guys are dumb or not.
I saw Gnarl feed the potion to her, so she was lying on the floor before that.
Clearly you guys are keeping something from me, because giving someone a potion won't give them a necrotic aura. She's the only one that has one. So clearly there's something going on.
She dealt
It's gotta
the
be
killing blow.
from being hit. Yeah.
I assume because you were the last one, and because you also know Atha. You were the last one that dealt him a blow and something backfired, something about his
He
curse
hit
or the
me.
desecration of the temple.
He was after me.
Yeah, as soon as you said that you
I
were
did
a
the
follower of Atha,
death blow.
targeted.
That's true,
solely
he did.
General.
That's true.
And then when I did the last blow, he did some weird fucking yell, and it put me unconscious.
And
All because I'm
don't
a
know.
follower of Atha.
everyone
He
give,
swore vengeance on all followers of Atha.
everyone give me a perception check.
All right. Do I remember those? Yes, I do. Natural fucking 20! 26.
I only got a 15.
Okay. So, Fiona feels it first. Like, the hair on the back of her neck stands on end. And she feels uncomfortable. And then you guys can see Lieutenant and Captain seems preoccupied with you guys, but Lieutenant gently touches his shoulder, and he's just like, Captain. And then, what did you get, Keithan?
I'm sorry, it was a perception roll?
Yeah.
I did not roll. That would be
Okay.
my answer. Dun, dun. Oh, nat 20! So,
Woo! Okay.
Yes!
So,
Couple of high rollers.
Keithan, you feel it at the same time as Fionn.
I turn around and nudge Keithan, who I'm standing next to.
And you
Anything
guys,
behind us?
there's nothing behind you, but and then Z feels it next. Gnarl doesn't know anything happens until the ground below you starts rumbling.
Oh, fuck.
Get out, run, go, now.
You guys begin running away, and the ground rumbles, and it starts as a low whine. It almost sounds electronic, like this low, just whine that just gets louder and louder and louder and louder, and then the roof of the mausoleum and the statue of Atha, like kind of looking down below, explodes into a million pieces as this dark, shadowy creature screeches into the sky, shooting up faster than you can even imagine, like shooting up like at the speed of a shooting star and disappearing into the sky.
Shit.
What on earth was that?
Yeah.
I don't think that was a good sign.
And
No.
that's where we're gonna end.
Into the sky.
Into the
Not
sky.
like at us. Yeah.
What the fuck? So
Yes.
that was episode 10. Thank you guys for joining us. Fionn, sorry it was a shorter episode, but Fionn, you got stuff to say?
I do. I made a little game for myself that every time you call me Fionn for this part, I do it in Fionn's accent. Every time I call her Rox, I do it in my normal voice. All right. So thank you for watching, ladies and gentledice. We're so happy to have you. If you just tuned in, we put up our new episodes on YouTube on Monday mornings, so you can catch up with everything you missed and see our previous 9 episodes as well as the beginning of this one. If you're watching us on Twitch, it's probably because we've nope, that's not Fionn. Okay, that's me again. If you're watching us on Twitch, it's probably because we're premiering an episode, which we do on Sundays, every other Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Or maybe it's a Wednesday, because we rerun episodes on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Please join us on social media, on YouTube, on Twitter at Gentledice, You can find everything on Linktree, which is linktree.ee/ladiesandgentledice, including the invite link to our Discord, which you should totally join, and come join our shitposting. That's funny. I'll do better at keeping the accent up next time.
It's totally
Challenge
okay.
accepted.
Once again, well, it's fine because this is the last leg. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next time. Bye-bye!
Thank you.